Good morning, my dear children. I am Mrs. Vishakha Joshi, your SS teacher. I hope you all are fine. You all might be knowing me. This time you are having a new subject, that is social science. Till 5th standard you had not studied this subject. Very interesting subject. You will enjoy it. Today I am going to explain you lesson number 1 in this session. So, be ready children. Let's start. SS textbook, you can see over here, standard 6th, chapter 1. Name of the chapter is Let's Know the History. In your curriculum of standard 6, we all know about an interesting subject of social science. Social science gives us information about social world of man, like geography, economics, social conditions, institutions, political activities and organizations. Subjects other than history introduce us with a social life of present time, while history gives the information about the past of the human society. What had happened in the past, that is called history, with the help of which we know our present. Is it possible for us to know about social life of present time without having knowledge of past? How was man's life when he had not started using fire? Imagine how must have been life of people without agriculture, roads, transportation, houses, etc. Nowadays we have all these facilities. But in the past, before many years, hundreds of years ago, there was no fire, no roads, no transportation, no agriculture, no vegetable fruits were there. People were not knowing what to eat, what not to eat, which is poisonous, which is eatable. They were not knowing. History gives us information regarding all such aspects. History takes to a different world of past. From when we got the fire, how it was introduced, that all these things we will come to know in this chapter. It gives us information about customs, traditions, beliefs, diet, dress of the people of different generations. We feel as if we are wandering in some other world. You must be thinking, why should we study about human society of the past? History is not only related with matters of past but also acts as a record with current system. What were our ancestors? Where did they live? What did they eat? History gives us information about many such matters. It informs us about changes that have occurred in a human life. Now, tools and resources to know history. Nowadays, technology has developed, so ready-made machineries, everything is available. Before hundreds of years ago, such type of inventions were not done. You can see which type of tools people used to use. Chintan read in a newspaper, a 4,000 years old city has been discovered in Kutch of Gujarat. He was surprised. How can we know that this city is 4,000 years old? Who might have built it and how? What was the diet of the people there? What type of clothes they must have been wearing? All these things were the questions in the mind. How can we know history? We have different tools to know the history. Tadpatra and Bhojpatra, that is palm leaves and brick bark. Before hundreds of years ago, there were no chalks, there were no penning, nothing was invented at that time. If anybody wants to preserve it, they used to preserve in the brain. Just they used to keep in mind. And if they wanted to write anything, they used to write on the tree's leaves, because there was no book, no stationery, nothing was there. So they used to write on the leaves. Just there was forest, jungle, just leaves, Adivasi people. They were, human race has come out from monkey. So people were not aware of wearing the clothes. No clothes were invented, cotton, nothing. So just if they wanted to write anything, they used to write on the leaves and brick bark, on the bark of the tree. In the ancient time, man used to use palm leaves and brick bark for writing, what we call manuscript today. Tadpatra means manuscript written on leaves of palm leaves. Bhojpatra means manuscript written on brick bark, which is found in the Himalayas with the help of manuscript written on palm leaves and bark of the brick. We get information about their language and lifestyle. Many such manuscripts have been found. Manuscripts written on palm leaves and bark of brick give us information about man of ancient India. You can see over here, the picture is given, birch bark and palm leaves, how they have written, how they have, you can see over here. Such manuscripts have been preserved in temples and monasteries. They have texts in Sanskrit, Prakrit and Tamil language. Even poems, dramas, stories and epics were also written on Tadpatra and Bhojpatra. They have also been preserved in the form of books. They give us knowledge about customs and traditions, social beliefs, lifestyle of kings, science, education, medicines, animals, etc. That how the medicines were used, which type of medicines, Ayurvedic medicines were used for which disease, all these things they had written on the leaves, palm leaves or birch bark. Now inscription first. Articles which are carved on the metals and stones are called stone inscriptions. We can know about the history from stone inscription. Many times inscriptions were done on metal also. Kings used to converse with people by carving his orders and commands on their rocks. If king wanted to give any instruction, indications to his army, what he did, he used to write on the rocks. Many kings and queens have inscribed information about their kingdom, victories, religion and culture on these stones. Stone inscriptions of Ashoka are very famous. Records and inscriptions written on these are long lasting. You can see over here the stone inscription of Ashoka time in Junagadh. Now third was copper plate. Tamrapatra means તાંબાના પ્લેટ પર પતરા પર લખવાનું. The text which is engraved on copper sheet is called Tadpatra. Many kings have engraved information about their administration and donations on Tadpatra. Such Tadpatras have been found in Gujarat in large number. They give us information about name, religion, administration and donation. Such Tamrapatras have been preserved in Hemachandra Library in Patan, North Gujarat, LD Institute of Indology, Navrangpura, Ahmedabad. Then BJ Learning and Research Studies, Vidya Bhavan, Ahmedabad. Sri Mahavir Jain Aradhana Kendra, Gandhinagar. These all things, these old things are still preserved in these buildings, in these places, at these places. You can see. Now there were coins, yes, coins were available. Coins are also an important source to know about history. We get information about name of the king, his religion, culture, time from these coins. Punchmark coins of 5th BC have been found in India, which is the oldest coin. Other than this, gold, silver and copper coins of Greek kings, Mayurna age, Gupta age have been found. They give us information about the social, religious, economic and political structure of that state. Children, you can see over here. See, old coins are given, pictures are given. You can see carved coins are there. Here you can see punch mark coins. Punch mark coins, the coins created by pressing metal pieces in the mold are called punch mark coins. Students studying history is archaeologists, historians and travelers. Now see, history means information given by archaeologists about past of human society on the basis of research. They go to ancient places and dig out the houses, coins, bricks, stones, implements, samples of food, bones of man and animals, etc., and study them and make us aware about culture of man of that time. Many times in newspaper, in TV news, you might have heard that while digging temples, many things they have got from down under the earth, from the ground. They have got many things. Sometimes gold coins they get, sometimes idols they get, sometimes bones they get, which are buried under the ground of animals and human beings. From that, how many years old this bone is, this idol is, they do the research, and from that they give the information to us that what was the past history, which type of people were there, which type of animals were there before hundreds of years ago. Man has been wandering from one place to another since ancient times. Many travelers have visited other countries to note life of people there. From the travel details of such travelers, we get information about the history and culture of the country. It includes travelers like Megasthenes, Pliny, Fahian, Hunseng. The research of archaeologists and historians give us glimpse of great civilization which flourished in the northwest region on the bank of the river Indus. In India, many cities existed more than 4500 years ago. In the same way, it can also be known that many cities developed on the banks of river Ganga and nearby area about 2500 years ago. All these tools give us the information about customs, food, attire, technology and culture of people of that time, how they used to live, what they used to wear, which type of food they used to eat, which type of technology was available at that time before 2500 years ago. From all these things which we get from the ground, or this we get the information from that. By exploring many cities and villages, they have given us the information regarding cotton, barley, wheat. Besides this, they have also given us the information about animals of that time. Archaeologists are the scholars who study about past. They categorize the tools found, do researches, collect data from manuscript, documents, archives, and then subscribe them in a rigorous way. Archaeologists and historians bring past to life. Name of the land. We know our country by two names, India and Bharat. The word India is derived from Indus, which is called in Sanskrit, Sindhu in Sanskrit. People of ancient Iran and Greece were familiar with the Indus River. They came into contact with this region 2600 years ago. The Iranians called the Indus River Indos, and the people of Greece called Indus. They knew the east bank of river as India. We know about the name Bharat from Rig Veda. A group of people named Bharat came to settle in the northwestern India It is from their name that our country came to be known as Bharat. This group is also mentioned in the early work of Sanskrit. For example, Rig Veda. Dateline time is very important in history. Events can be written along with the time and place. We can relate time with date, month, and year, such as July 2018. Friday, as per it, time is associated with the birth of Jesus Christ. Birth of Jesus Christ, founder of Christianity, has been associated with the dateline. We call it Anno Domini, that is AD. After year we write AD, which means year after birth of Jesus Christ. For example, 2000 AD means 2000 years after birth of Jesus Christ. Similarly, BC means before Christ, means year before birth of Jesus Christ. 2000 BC means 2000 years before birth of Jesus Christ. You can see over here the chart is given 5th century, 4th century, 3rd century, and first before Christ BC, and now after death of Christ, again from 1st century started. Dateline showing AD and BC often is written as CE instead of AD, and BC is written instead of BC. CE means common era, while BC means before common era. As Christianity is associated with most nations of the world, we use the same dateline in India as in many nations. In many cases, the word BP is also used, which means before present. Anno Domini, both are Greek words which means in the year of God. For example, 2018 AD stone inscription as inscription carved on stone, beech bark, thin inner layer of tree named beech, on which ancient texts were written. Children, all these things you keep in mind, very important points in this chapter.